Hello there. I hope you're all handling December 2020 well. Despite us being down to 7 hours of very dim gray light these days, I still have trouble sleeping, and I've slept like a baby for November. So this is a return to some very early Ascension cycle symptoms. I feel like this day I awoke 4:30 and was unable to sleep. And I also feel like I feel cold a lot of the time, and then I get hot flashes. I have a lot of energy flooding around in my head, and my appetite is weird. I eat heavy for a day or two, and then I don't eat for. I eat, but I eat very little for 3 days, and that's also very unusual. So I think it's my impression that a lot of interesting things are shifting. And most interestingly, I find that the sense of time is changing. Time itself seems to be not only speeding up, but somehow intertwining into something multi-layered and complex. I've noticed I have a difficulty finding words more than usually lately, and I've noticed this in a lot of other intuitives that I keep up with, and I think there's also an element that even though I have trouble sleeping, I will go into these sort of not necessarily trance-like states, but subverbal spaces, and I will lose a sense of time. And it's usually time is an essential component of well, your position in space, and so it's very weird that this seems to be altering itself from within. So, and also the Arcturians, they seem they're very active with me at present, and I truly love those guys. But the shapes they're showing me and the images are more in their higher dimensional aspects. So like I see them as these these great unwieldy giants that build galaxies and move around solar systems, and it's very interesting to approach them in this sort of more almost divine aspect of them. But enough about that. Let's hear what they have to say about the ascension in these present times. Yes, 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 beloved people of Earth, you have me back with you, even though you never left you. I am Umblam of the Arcturian Council, and I am here today to offer you both my blessings and my guidance, but first and foremost, my love. You see, it's not possible for us to communicate with you unless you reside in a space that is open to this reception. But much as you discovered with your portable technologies, those non-local types of communicating with each other across distances, you need a medium in which you transfer this communication. And the medium for us, it is time and space itself. It's our highest enjoyment. As the channel was just revealing this, dear one, to you, dear ones, that we do enjoy tinkering with galactic forces. That was our journey into the ninth dimension. That was when we realized that we could become an energetic pattern in everything and put our collective energy to use by actually shaping the framework of the spaces that other life will live and exist in. And so you're entering into a timeline that's conducive to our energy. You're entering into a timeline that's appropriate for this type of alien communication. We use the word appropriately because we want you to understand that things are in order even though you may develop physical symptoms. There is no other way to shift space into accelerated time without not accelerating space too. We know this is complex, but in your biology, you are also discovering the manifold universes that hide within your cells. And within these cells are components on a sub-mitochondrial level begin to accelerate faster and more rapidly until they match the vibration of that timeline which you, from your infinite, non-material perspective, has chosen for yourself to be on, and which your physical body has acquiesced in joining you in. There you find each other in this altered vision of what could be, and in this certain knowledge of what will be leading you there. It means that this reality is already created and you are moving there by your own sense of free will and volition. However, notice that this acceleration, as you know from your vehicles that transport you around the planet's surface and in its atmosphere, you know that these forces, they take a toll on your physical body when they are brought into motion and they succumb to too much pressure. Therefore, sweet children, how could we have changed this energetic grid more mercifully? It was important that you would notice, but it was also important that you would not break. And are you breaking, or is it not the world that is breaking? Is it not the cosmos itself that is opening itself up to you? You see, the cosmic egg is hatching. An age that sought to escape the world has met with an age that wants to create the world. And together they will build a fire that will burn away what is needed in order for you to bathe in the Aquarian waters. This month, keep a special eye to the heavens, all of you, astrologically, astronomically, and extraterrestrially. We will be there. We are already there. Often, the way to register our interactions with the night sky is to see a type of shooting star that suddenly reverts its direction and then disappears. We like to reveal ourselves to you in our more glorious divine aspect. It does not mean that we do not sympathize or that we do not recognize or remember how it was to be on our stage of development that corresponds to yours right now. But we feel it necessary to show you the potential of humankind. You will outgrow us eventually, and you will come to integrate our energy into your being as the cosmos grows within the pulse of your beating heart. In these energies that you find maybe slightly upsetting, as they are allowing for different intentions to splinter into manifestation quite rapidly, and at the same time they are bringing up and sorting out the unwanted, that which belonged in a lower density. It is necessary for consciousness and that which you call the mind to be integrated into this process, and therefore you may find your sleep patterns changing individually, and you will experience that your dreams become more vivid and more prevalent in your experience as you go through these days of adjusting. The equinox will bring clarity, and on this day, pay attention to how you felt the day before, and pay attention to how you feel the day after. We know this is not necessarily easy to comprehend, but you will register a shift if you sit down on these 3 days at the strike of 11 in the morning, and you tap yourself 7 gentle times from the crown down to the forehead. And there you make the sound centered in the fur of your brow. There is a space here that's unlocking for all of you. And in there sits the menorah with 7 lights shining in your inner darkness and illuminating it in these times of shifting vibrations. I will leave you with that, and I will leave you with love. Dear ones, beloved human beings, we are with you, and you are kind enough and loving enough to also be with us. We thank you and we bless you. Goodbye.